everyone. Good afternoon. This is Dr. Laxmi, a clinical psychologist and a wellness consultant. Today is World Arthritis Day, 12th October, world over. It is celebrated as World Arthritis Day. Being a senior citizen and me myself going through rheumatoid arthritis for almost, in this condition, I can say 12 to 13 years. Actually, around 13 years back, I suffered from acute bursitis with a history of a very major previous accident when I was around 40 while traveling from Hyderabad to Bangalore. I was treated at St. Martha's Hospital in Bangalore. It was bad. I did not have a fracture, but I had a clavicle dislocation. Medications, several days of, plasters and, wraps and all that. I was reasonably young. That was the time the doctors had a doubt whether I could be suffering from this autoimmune disease, arthritis. But since those 4 decades of my life, I've been healthy, I've been a sports person, etc. We didn't pay much attention to this. And much later, around 13 years ago, waking up suddenly in the morning, everything is fine, and suddenly one morning, you're waking up, you cannot put your leg down, severe pain. Being the kind of person I am, immediately went to my GP there, and then that's it. And he gave some initial medications for about a week, 4 to 5 days, which is the normal routine. Since I didn't have much of improvement, he did diagnose it as bursitis. And then I went for further investigation. That was the time I came to know that I'm having an existing condition of rheumatoid arthritis. And that existing condition had worsened my bursitis. It was a debilitating period for me for almost 3 months. But treated well, I responded to treatment. And that was also the time I moved to Flora City, and it was my first visit to UK to meet my elder son and family. But I managed overall everything well, and when I returned in early 2012, I was still going through all that, but I was managing my life reasonably well. And subsequently, at that time, my GP was Dr. Sangeeta, who was here at our gate. I'm talking about 13 years ago in Talegaon. And soon, I also found my beloved GP, Dr. Raskar, and things have been going quite well for me until I met with another nasty accident in 2000, I think, 18. And that was quite debilitating, and I had a major surgery because I had broken my clavicle. And again, during that course of the surgery and the treatment which followed for 3 months, my recovery was very, very fast. But then I've been warned of this condition. But since I lead a very active and healthy life, unless such incidences occur, I'm not reminded of it. So after that, I started, that's around 2015, no, 18, after I was fully recovered and danced on stage for Ganpati festival, 3 months after my accident and surgery, I decided. Soon after that, I was again diagnosed with cervical spondylitis, and that was the time with the initial treatment from my GP and the further investigations. I had a very bad C5, C6, and that was a time I decided that we have to treat the root of the problem, and medications do help, treatment do help, painkillers do help, but then the root of the problem has to be taken care of. And someone suggested Dr. Sachin Sarpotdar in Talegaon at Shubham Complex. I started following his treatment. I was quite okay until I met with another accident. Almost less than 2 years, it was very, very major. And that time I'd broken my clavicle, my humerus, my radius went into fragments. Again, thanks to Dr. Raskar, being alone, he took the first initiative of taking me, it was around 8 p.m. in the night, taking me to Atharva. That was again a very big story of another major surgery with wires and plates and screws and everything that one could imagine. Again, 3 months of follow-ups and plaster removal and removing of your switches and everything. And currently, after 13 years, my bursitis has popped up again. I am under the treatment of Dr. Parve. This long history because the underlying condition is arthritis. Now also, though the treatment is going on, I am managing my own techniques which I will share later in another video. But I, as a warrior, as a campaigner, as an influencer, I want to share a few things about the awareness of arthritis on this day, that is October 12th, which is World Arthritis Day.